Okay, I'm Dr. Kiki Ramsey. I am a positive psychologist and executive coach, and I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. So can you tell me, how you got started in this field and specifically a positivity coach, which is, I love that title. I love that. I think we need more positivity in our lives. So can you just
Absolutely.
talk a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in a very rough circumstances, but I ultimately realized that helping others, helping women succeed was something that I was purposed for. So I went to school for positive psychology, and what positive psychology is the study of what goes right with us, the study of
Okay.
strengths, right? Like if you think about psychology inherently is a deficit model. But the opposite of that is what is, what goes right with us? How do we live the good life? What are our strengths? How do we operate in those versus always talking about the negative? And so I went to school and I got a master's in positive psychology coaching. And I ultimately went back to school and got a PhD in business psychology, where I studied positive psychology and its influence on women in leadership. And so I've just made it my life's mission to use positive psychology as a catalyst to help people, mainly women, really become more successful in our endeavors in life.
How do you, or what advice do you give to your clients about, keeping their head up in this type of environment?
I want to acknowledge that it's been difficult for everybody, not even just people of diverse backgrounds. It's been difficult for so many people who are dealing with it because we're all dealing with it in a different way. We all come to the situation from a different way. Maybe you have a lived experience as a diverse person like myself, and maybe you don't, but we all are dealing with it. And so, one of the things that I have told or suggested for my clients is that you can only control what you can control. There is a lot going on, and most of us can't even keep up. We can't even keep our head on straight. Then there's something new that's coming. And so I practice self-care, and I tell people that you have to take care of self first and then others. Because if you don't put that oxygen mask on your face first, then you may burn out with all of this. And so you can only control what you can control. I know that we need to be up to date, watch the media, all of that. But I try to not consume that first thing in the morning. If you consume negative things, thoughts, situations when you first wake up, it has the ability to affect your entire day, if not your entire week, if not your entire month. Trust me, people are going to tell you what's going on because I get my news a lot of times from friends and family. And then, later on in the day, I do get on to inform myself, but I'm very aware and cognizant of my mental state when I first wake up. And, feed yourself with good stuff in the morning and then wait till later to then, feed yourself with the news if you must at that time. And then lastly, I will say that there are allies out there that are able and who have power to step up and say some of the things that we may not be as diverse people. And so I say for the allies, be brave, stand on your values, step up, say what's right. And if you are of a diverse background, like myself, I'm doubling down on what I believe and who I am. I belong here. I matter. So does all the other diverse people who are out there. We all matter. And so although that there are a lot of rollbacks on diversity, equity, and inclusion, really what that is saying is people need to treat all of us as decent human beings. DNI is about us treating people of all races, religious, affiliations, sexual orientation, disability, all of that, we should be treated the same as other people who don't have those differences. And so I stand firm on that. I know, that I belong here. I know that we all belong here. And so I'm saying for those of us who have those differences, stand on your morals, stand on your values, because we're not going anywhere.
How do
Mm.
you approach like the rapid shifts in policy affecting the way people engage with social media?
I love that your overwhelm is the goal. It is truly the goal. They're throwing everything at us at one time so that we can't catch our breath. Um, and social media, has become um a catalyst where people get the news from, right? Like it's just different nowadays than it was back in the day. Like back in the day, we used to get our news from news, right?
Right.
But now, I may go to IG to go to CNN, right?
Mhm.
Like to get our news. And so there's a lot of things that are going on that is happening in social media. And I just think that there's a shift in the tide where we get the majority of our information from more of social media than we do traditional media outlets. Because of that, though, there is a lot more voices to listen to when it comes to social media. Because whereas you used to listen to the news, you're just listening to the reporter. Now, when you get your news and your media on social media, you're listening to what is said, but you're also reading the comments because I don't know about you, I'll go straight to the comments
Me
to
too,
see,
every time.
right? To
Right.
see what people have to say about it. And so that also can influence the way we think about things because there's so many more voices that are in the mix. You have to be very discerning and very educated on what your own opinion is when it comes to getting your news from social media because there's so many other people's voices in the mix.
What warning signs do you see when social media starts to harm mental health rather than help?
When you start to compare yourself with other people who you think are doing better than you, that's a sign. When your confidence starts to wane, that's a sign. When you start to feel sad because you are not where you think you should be, because of what you see on social media, that's a sign. When you start to feel sad or anxious or upset because of the things that are going on in social media, that's a sign, right? So these are all signs that you need to, when you feel any kind of physical rise in your body from
Mhm.
something on a consistent basis and it has you not being able to concentrate on other things, then you need to really talk to somebody because this is affecting you in a way that it should not be.
Are there any projects that you're working on or any information that you'd like to share? And where can people find you as well online?
I would love, love, love for people to join me at the Thrive 25 Women's Conference. That's coming up July the 12th and the 13th. And this is a conference for women who are ready to step into their purpose and build a career or business that they absolutely love. I've been a coach for over 15 years, and it is my sincerest goal and purpose in life is to help women succeed. And so Thrive 25 is all about helping women succeed. It is in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So you can go to drkiki.com to get all the information about Thrive 25. And you can go to drkiki.com to find out any other information that's going on. And I'm on all social media platforms at Dr. Kiki Ramsey, and I do classes often on YouTube.
Is there any other words that you'd like to share with the public, especially during this time?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say that, step back and take a deep breath. There's a lot that is coming at you at this time, and I know it can feel very, very scary. But now is the time to step back, take a deep breath, take care of you so that you can be a beacon of light for others during this time. And just remember that you cannot control all the circumstances that are going on in life. You can only control what's in your sphere of influence. So do what you can and don't worry about the rest.